Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Arrington and other members of the committee, members of the Economic Opportunities Subcommittee, including my good friend and a great and distinguished Hoosier, Congressman Jim Banks, for his leadership on this committee, and who's also a co-sponsor of the legislation I'm going to talk to you about today. This bill is just a common sense bipartisan bill that provides greater flexibility in the way our veterans can use GI Bill benefits. As we all know, the GI Bill has provided millions of our nation's veterans who have served our country the opportunity to pursue a college degree. As we near the 75th anniversary of the program's inception, it remains one of the most successful federal programs in our nation's history, as it has empowered veterans and their families to pursue their dreams. However, the GI Bill does not cover the cost of one of the first steps towards earning a degree, the cost of applying to go to college. The typical fee for a single college application can now rise to as much as $90, and with school admittance experts recommending prospective students apply to 6 or 8 schools, total application costs can create an unexpected financial burden and a barrier to opportunity with costs of hundreds of dollars per student. The Reducing Barriers for Veterans Education Act would remove this financial barrier by allowing veterans to voluntarily choose to use part of their post-9/11 GI Bill to cover the cost of application fees. This bipartisan bill would not expand the entitlement because the cost of application fees, up to $750, would be deducted from the veteran's overall benefit. Our men and women in uniform deserve a modernized GI Bill. I appreciate this committee's work in that regard. A modernized bill that removes obstacles that our veterans face when they're pursuing a degree. This legislation is a simple common sense change that makes it easier for our veterans to take the first step towards a new career. This legislation has received outside support from Student Veterans of America, Veterans Education Success, the American Legion, and the Retired Enlisted Association. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and the entire Veterans Affairs Committee and your team for your work on this important bill.